Hey everyone. Today I'll be explaining what recursion is in programming. So if you do a quick Google search on what recursion is, you'll get that it's a process of defining a problem in terms of itself. So what does that even mean? Well, essentially, an example would be if you had a function that within itself uses itself to do some sort of calculation. So what does that even mean? Trying to understand recursion by reading its definition can be a bit confusing. I find it easier to see an example. So let's demonstrate this by trying to take the factorial of a number. So here in Python, let's create a function called factorial that takes in a variable n. We want to take the factorial of n. Okay, so first let's create a base case for this function. In our case, we want to multiply n by every number from n minus 1 all the way down to 1. So our base case is if n is equal to 1, return 1. Okay, so for the most part, this line is going to be skipped until we get to 1. But until we get to 1, we need to multiply every number on our way down to 1. So we will need to return our current number n times factorial of n minus 1. You'll see here that our function is calling itself to perform some calculation. This is essentially what recursion is. Let's test our function down here. So let's do print factorial, and we'll do an input of 6. And let's run that, and you'll see that we get 720, which is correct. Let's also input 3, and let's run that, and 6 is our correct answer. So I realize by just creating a function here may not have allowed the concept of recursion to click in your head. So let's go one step further and step through each process of what's going on here. So we have our function factorial that we just created. Our input is 3, so all of our n values are now 3. Starting with the first line, 3 is not equal to 1, so the condition is not met. So we go on to line 2. In line 2, we want to return 3 times factorial of 3 minus 1. Well, we can't return this just yet because we need to solve what factorial of 3 minus 1 is. So we call factorial again, but this time our input is 2. So all of our n values are now 2. Starting with the first line, 2 is not equal to 1, so this condition is not met. So we go on to line 2, and on line 2, we are returning 2 times factorial of 2 minus 1. Again, we can't return anything just yet because we need to figure out what factorial of 2 minus 1 is. So we call factorial yet again. This time the input is 1. So starting with the first line, 1 is equal to 1, so we can return 1. This is our base case, meaning no more recursive calls to our factorial function are needed. We never reach line 2 in this call. So we return back 1 to our second call. So now we can do that calculation. 2 times 1 is just 2. So we return 2 to our initial function call. And we can also perform that calculation. 3 times 2 is 6, so our answer here is 6. So hopefully that helped you understand recursion a bit better. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, leave a like so that the algorithm knows to share this with more people. If you want more content from this channel, hit that subscribe button. Or if I haven't earned your subscription yet, check out one of these videos from my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you all in the next video.